So, here we go. It is time. It's that lovely time. Beginning of the week. It's Monday. Kind of dreary. People are just like, don't want to be around. Don't want to do nothing. Anyway, it's time for Nintendo Talk.
Glorious! No, I won't give in. I won't give in till I'm victorious. And I will defend. I will defend.
What is up, everybody? Bobby here, the Nintendo Guru. Time for the breakdown. So, here it is. Every Monday, Wednesday, sometimes Friday, sometimes Tuesday, sometimes Thursday. I'm just kidding. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, unless a major news piece happens, I take the top Nintendo stories of the day. I talk about them, break them down, give my opinions on them. So,
here we go.
Today is a pretty significant date amongst a lot of things. Today is actually the 30th anniversary of Final Fantasy, and that is a pretty amazing feat to think that 30 years ago we got Final Fantasy. For the NES, it was supposed to be Square's final game. That's the reason for Final Fantasy. They were a struggling company. They were wrapping it up. They were done. They were moving on. It was over. It became a smashing success, and it continued. What they've always done, typically, until later in the life cycle, Final Fantasy was like a one-off. So you got this game, this was it, moved on. There were some things, characters, creatures that stayed the same. The one thing was Sid, C-I-D, who was in every single game. And typically he was a mechanic or whatever, and he always worked on the airships and things of that nature. But that was the one character that kind of always moved along from game to game to game. Just the name, not really the character, but the name. It's pretty astonishing and pretty amazing that it's gotten this far. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to propose to you guys is, what is your favorite Final Fantasy game? On the 30th anniversary, I would like to know what you guys feel is your favorite one of all time. For me, it's Final Fantasy VI, 3 in the United States at the time. It was on the Super Nintendo. I just have so many amazing memories of that whole thing. I remember the opera house so vividly. Just so much fun overall, and I love that game. I love that franchise. The newer installments I'm not really a big fan of, but if you go back to the old school days, man, I loved those games. Really did. So congratulations, Square Enix, for making it to 30 years, and hopefully you get another 30, and hopefully we get some better Final Fantasy games. Not gonna lie, 15 it wasn't Final Fantasy. Just saying. So here's the piece that's amazing. The internet exploded today because AJ Aonuma, Mr. Aonuma, had admitted that they are officially working on the next Zelda game. Look, guys, we need to rein it in a little bit. I've been seeing some tweets where people are losing their minds over this, and it's like, slow down. This is to be expected. Zelda games aren't made overnight. This also could be a top-down 2D, that type of game. We don't know exactly what they're working on. And in theory, I would assume that because the 3DS is kind of going away, they're going to have two teams now. So in theory, one would work on potentially 2D, and the other one would work on 3D. Plus, there's also the rumor that we have Grezzo working on a game as well. So it's a port of some fashion, which is believed to be a Legend of Zelda game. So what exactly he's talking about, we're not sure. But basically, Breath of the Wild started pretty soon after Skyward Sword. Skyward Sword started pretty soon after Twilight Princess, and so on and so forth. It doesn't take long. These games are not quick games to make. They take a long time. And especially if Nintendo is going to keep the way of, which they've already said, these big games, the big epic games are going to be more open world-esque. I am not surprised by this at all. I think we're still looking 5-6 years before we get the next big Zelda game, unless we get a port or we get a top-down or whatever it might be. Future will tell. But I'm excited. I am excited to hear that they are starting to work on it. And I mean, what could working be? Working could be storylines, plots, ideas, not necessarily working on the game. So I think we're going to find out. It's going to be interesting to see how things go. But this is exciting times, and I'm pretty hyped up for another Zelda game at some time in the future. because this one I really loved, and I think a lot of people did as well. So Square Enix has finally announced that we are getting Dragon Quest Builders on the Switch. They announced that a little bit ago, but they also just recently, as of today, announced that on February 9th, we are getting this game on the Switch, and I cannot wait. I played it on the PS4, fell in love with it. The one thing that killed it for me was it just, I had to play in front of the TV all the time. So now the fact that I can play on the go, I can play on the TV, I can do all this stuff, like, I cannot wait to get this game, do some streaming of it, play it all as much as I can. Like, I love this game. This is a really good game. It basically takes the Minecraft aspect of games, flips it on its ear a little bit, does things a little bit differently. So it's pretty exciting times, not gonna lie. Cannot wait for this. So that is all. Thank you guys for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed today's Nintendo Talk. Tomorrow, we're going to have a Nintendo Guru video. I'm basically talking about what Nintendo needs to do to outdo 2017 in 2018. It's going to be interesting. Good conversation. I hope you guys tune in to check that out. Follow me, Instagram, Twitter, at Nintendo Gurus. If you like today's video, click the like button down below. Share it with your friends. Leave a comment. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. But leave a comment down below. What is your favorite Final Fantasy game of all time? Let me know. Put it down there below. That is all. Peace out, Preston.